This is the Remington 870. First built in 1950. It replaced the Model 31, which subsequently came back as the Mossberg. A lot of people know Mossberg guns. But if you hunt, chances are you've got an 870 in your arsenal. Pretty straightforward. Muzzle, breech, safety. This is an open and safe gun. It's open and the safety is on. This is also broken. This is not a safe gun. It will be a loaded gun. This will get you a warning, a firearm warning. This with the breech open and the safety off, this will also get you a warning. You get 2 warnings, or if you have the gun open and unsafe, you will be disqualified. You will have to have somebody run the rest of your dogs. You will be disqualified. Your dog will be disqualified for the rest of the test. Now, our upland tests are each separate tests. So you're just disqualified, if it come to that, for the rest of that test. When we go to the second test this afternoon, you're able to run again, but let's not go that far. Firearm safety requires that you take 1 shell at a time, put 1 shell into the gun, load it into the gun.
We'll give you,
like this. We'll give you 3.
We'll give you the poppers as you walk through the field.
Right. But you'll just load them 1 at a time. When your dog does flush the bird, or even when we do the walk up, we want you to shoulder the gun, track the gun, and shoot the gun at the arc of the bird. We don't want you looking down like this, okay? That's not safe. We want you tracking the bird and shooting when the bird is up in the air, in the arc.
Do not armpit the gun.
Right, do not armpit the gun.
That's a safety violation.
Okay.
Have the gun up and down range at all times. Muzzle in the air, pointed down range at all times. Do not take that safety off until your dog flushes the bird. I got my hearing aids in and it's turned up, I'll hear that safety.
The other thing is that when your dog does flush the bird, in order for it to be a legal flush in this test, you must fire at the bird before the gunners are allowed to shoot at the bird. So keep that in mind as well.
And we want you to shoot in gun range. Don't wait till that bird's gone away and then shoot trying to get a easy flyaway. We will just have you do another flush.
Yep. Okay.
This is an early test. Everybody check your pockets and make sure you don't have any live rounds.
I think I don't.
Because we just come off hunting season. Okay, in an upland test we have a walk-up, we have 2 flushes, we have an honor. The honor's going to be on the walk-up. Is there anybody that hasn't read the rules or ever seen one of these besides you new guys? Okay. Dogs have to be under finished control. So if you have a controlled break, you can call them back, but they're not supposed to get in front of the gun. If they're out in the field after they've flushed something and have a controlled break, go ahead and call them back. You can talk to your dog. And it happens a lot. What we're going to do is we're going to walk up. The honor dog's going to be on that side. The working dog's going to wait in here, pick up a gun. We will give you the shells, 1 shell at a time. So we'll walk up here. So there's a walk up right there. The working dog will pick it up. The honor dog will go around the corner and come back out. There's a little spot there where you can come out, or you can come back here. But you should go out that way.
When do we put our leads back on?
You leave from here, you're off lead.
No, I'm saying for honor. Once he shoots and working dog brings it back, is that when we...
No,
When the working dog's released.
What?
The
When
working dog will be
you can
released
put your
by the
lead
judge.
on.
They'll say, working dog, you're done. Then you put your lead on and walk out.
Gotcha.
Right?
So your honor's at the end of the test. Beginning.
The honor is at the end. Because
Oh, yeah,
after
your
you
honor,
do your
yeah.
whole test, you come back in here. Okay?
Let's take a look at some examples of the walk-up and honor. Here, we see a textbook example with both dogs under finished level control, heeling nicely with the handlers and displaying steadiness. As a reminder, neither dog has to sit when the bird is presented. They only have to remain steady. The honor dog is now completed with this portion of the test. The safe gun is handed to the judges and the dog can be put back on lead. In this example, the dogs are still heeling, but not quite as nicely as the first example. We also see that the honor dog has a controlled break. The honor dog started to break for the bird, and the handler was able to stop the dog with a whistle command. This is not necessarily going to cause the dog to fail the test, but it is something the judges will take into consideration depending on how the dog displays steadiness in the quartering part of the test. Here we see the honor dog actually breaking. This will cause the dog to fail the test. The working dog will still need to complete this portion of the test by rerunning the walk-up without the interruption of the honor dog.
Here.
And here we see the working dog breaking, causing the dog to fail the test. Now let's move to another test for more explanations of the walk-up and honor.
The Upland Test. The Upland Test is run as in finish control. We're going to just have you come out of there with your dog. You can walk up here on lead till you get to the gun stand. Your test's all going to be from the gun stand out that we run from here, okay? The first portion of your test, although we're not going to do it right now, is going to be your walk-up. There's going to be a honor dog here, and there's going to be the working dog, okay? The working dog will be standing about where I am right here, taking your gun. The honor dog is going to be sitting out here. Okay? The honor dog has already completed the test in the field. This is the last thing you'll do is the honor at this point here for the walk-up. So, coming in out of the holding blind, you're going to get one shell, you're going to sit here, you're going to tell us when you're ready, you're going to check to make sure your honor dog's ready, and the two of you are going to walk this direction toward that white sign. Somewhere in this walk-up, the bird's going to come out of here and land out in front of you. The working dog is going to pick that up. So when you come in, you'll pick up the first bird. Go ahead.
Both handlers shoot.
Both handlers are going to shoot. Okay? That dog only has to sit still. That's all he has to do. You're going to send your dog to pick it up. That dog's released. He's done with his test. Put his lead on, put his gun back in the stand. He's finished. From there, we'll take this dog and we'll go out into the field and do the quartering part and the flushes. Now on this walk-up, I'm going to tell you right now, I don't want to see a dog pass the gun barrel. If your dog is past the gun barrel, everything I'm talking now is working dog. If the dog is past the gun barrel, you must re-heel the dog before you can send it to pick up that bird. Okay? Wait till he gets up here and we finish this. Can you hear me okay, Bob? Okay. On the walk-up, if your dog is past the gun barrel, you must re-heel your dog before you can send it. Okay, finish control. Finish control is not heel, 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 heel. That's not finished control. We expect you to heel, dog come back. We'll give you a couple. Get him back. Okay. Honor dog. If your honor dog is past the gun barrel, we're not going to penalize this guy for an honor dog. As soon as the bird's on the ground, that guy can send his dog. If your dog's still out here, that's his problem. You send your dog when the bird's on the ground. Okay? Everybody clear on that? This guy must re-heel his dog too, but he's not going to pick anything up. But if he's standing here going heel, 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 you know what it's going to do to this dog. And this dog is running in contention to start with. This dog here, all he had to do is sit still right from the beginning. Okay, so that covers the walk-up portion of our test. Okay, before we start, look out there. Can both of you see the white sign? Yes. You're going to walk straight toward the white sign. Whenever your partners are ready, go ahead and start walking. Okay? Heel. Heel.
Sit.
Open your gun, make it safe. Bob, you're excused. Thank you. Put your gun back in the rack. Thank you. Okay, hand your bird to the bird man here behind you. Okay, we'll give you another shell and we'll get started.
Here, the honor dog is no longer in contention. In that case, the dog is heeled on lead and a gunner shoots for the honor dog handler. Whenever a dog is on lead, that handler cannot handle a gun. Since the dog has crept out past the gun barrel, the handler re-heels the dog before sending. Let's watch just a few more examples before moving to the quartering part of the test.
Ready? Let's go hard enough.
Honor dog.
Come on. Here, here. He's ready. On dog, you ready? Heel. Heel. No bird. No bird. Heel. 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 No bird. Heel. Hey. Heel. Heel. Take that. Heel. 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 No bird. Heel. No, hey. No bird. No. Heel. No.
Now let's hear what all of our judges have to say about the quartering part of the upland test.
You've done the walk-up, then because your dog has picked up a bird, that's his first bird of the day, he's then going to go into the field, hunt the field, and flush a bird. When he flushes the bird, you'll stop your dog. You can say sit, you can blow a whistle, do whatever to stop your dog. You have to stop your dog first before you can shoot the gun. So your dog chases the bird, you blow the whistle, sit, blow the whistle, sit, blow the whistle, sit. If he's out of gun range, by the time you get him stopped, he's out. Everybody follow that? That makes sense? Okay, so your object in the first bird is to stop your dog within gun range so that you can get a shot. So your dog's chasing the bird, he flushes the bird, you blow the whistle, he doesn't stop, you blow a whistle again, he stops. Now you can shoot. You shoot, then the gunners will be allowed to shoot to kill the bird. They can't shoot until you shoot. Follow that?
We allowed to swat him on the ground?
No solution. No solution. Okay, so you shot that bird. Your dog has to retrieve the bird back to you, and then we'll go down through the field and get the second bird. Same thing applies. Your dog will hunt the field, flush the bird. Once the dog flushes the bird, you stop the dog, then you can shoot. And if we need you to shoot in the air, we'll say shoot in the air to be safe. Once you shoot, you're going to be shooting poppers. They'll shoot live rounds and kill the bird. Once they shoot the bird, pick it up. If they miss the bird, it's not a big deal. We're just going to have you turn away from that bird, start hunting again, and then we'll go back into the field. You do not have to retrieve the bird. So if they miss every one that everybody hunts, they miss every one of them. Doesn't matter. As long as your dog showed steady, the wing and shot.
Put your gunners where you want them. They can't be too far in front of you to be safe. But you don't want your gunner behind you. You want the gunner where you can put them where your dog is used to having somebody hunt with them. Just not so far ahead that you're in somebody else's way. The gunners cannot shoot at the bird until after you shoot your popper. So be quick, because there's not a whole lot of room up here. So if the bird really flies, which I doubt, but if it really flies, you don't want them to have to wait for the gunners to be able to shoot. So as soon as your dog shows steady, and they have to show steady after they flush a bird, they have to show steady. You shoot your popper, then the gunners can shoot the bird. Make sure your dog is steady to flush, steady to shot, and when the bird hits the ground, send them. They should bring it straight back and very gently sit there and look at you and give you the bird. Yeah, right. So then continue quartering. If you have a flyaway, and your dog has put it up on the left-hand side of the grounds up here, you have to start quartering the other way to prove that they won't chase. And you can't just wait to do it. You have to show like almost immediately. As soon as the dog comes back, you send them out again. Same up on the other side. And if you don't get any flushes, we have a pop-up bird at the end and a thing that'll throw it to make sure you get a flush.
Susie, if you have a low-flying bird, are the gunners still supposed to just shoot up in the air?
Up.
So the gunner, at least one gunner has to shoot still. A gunner has to shoot a live round, right?
No.
Okay, just a popper. Okay.
Yeah, don't, you gunners, don't shoot directly over their head, and if there's any question, don't shoot.
If the bird flies behind you, don't shoot.
Yeah, don't
If it
shoot.
flies behind everybody, don't shoot.
Yeah, please.
This is, we don't need any accidents.
That's about it.
What do we have to do on the quartering test? People ask me, does my dog have to go from this corner to that corner? No, your dog has to show that he's looking for something other than you. So when your dog leaves your side, that he goes out there, you say, hunt him up, he's over here. You can walk side to side, whatever you need to do, hunt him up. As long as the dog turns around and is going looking at something other than, he runs over here, he looks at you, he runs over here, he looks at you, he's not hunting. We're just looking for him to show us that he can hunt. Once he gets to where the bird is, we're looking for the dog to act on the bird. The birds are going to be in boxes where the latch opens up, the bird walks on the ground, your dog will see it, your dog flushes the bird. Okay, you as a handler, what is your obligation, or what do you have to do for this portion of the test? Your dog goes in and actively flushes the bird. You need to then stop your dog. Your dog does not have to sit, but you must stop your dog. Once your dog is stopped, then you can shoot and not before. So if it takes you a whistle or 2 whistles to stop your dog, once you get him stopped, you can then shoot. Once you shoot, then they can shoot. If you don't shoot, they won't shoot. If you don't shoot, the bird doesn't count. Okay, get that go one time. Going down through with your dog. When you stop your dog, if your dog is stopped and you shoot and the bird's out of gun range, that's not good. You must stop the dog and shoot while the bird is still in gun range to get credit for that bird.
We'll try and guide you in according to direction. We don't want you to handle your dogs into the flush area. We want the dog to find her. We put a lot of scent in the field. We're going to put scent at the flushing areas. We want the dog to engage the hunt and engage into the flush. We don't want you flushing the bird. We don't want you to coax the dog. If you've got a bird holding up, and the dog goes on point, we want you to try and get the dog to flush it, because it has to engage that bird. But we don't want you stepping in and you flushing that bird. You have to get your dog to flush that bird.
Now let's go into the field. During the quartering test, the dog must engage with and flush 2 birds. This does not always go according to plan, however, as a number of situations can arise. But in these first examples, we see what the judges are looking for. The dog to show a desire to hunt for the bird, engage with the bird, flush the bird, display steadiness to wing and shot, and deliver the bird to hand.
Here. Here. Get him, Finn. Here, come on, touch him up. Here, come on. Heel. Sit. Sit.
Remember, it is not enough to just locate the bird. The dog must engage and flush the bird. This dog was very reluctant to engage despite clearly knowing the bird was there. The dog would eventually need to flush the bird to pass the test. The primary behavior that is being judged at an upland test is steadiness to wing and shot. Unfortunately, dogs will be dogs, and sometimes the temptation is just too much. Here we see a few dogs breaking. Remember, the dog must show steadiness to both wing and shot. If the bird is shot, the dog must remain steady until the bird hits the ground. This last example of breaking shows why steadiness and safe gun handling are so important. The combination of a dog jumping after a bird and a handler not shouldering the gun could be a potentially lethal combination in a real hunting situation. Another frequent occurrence during the quartering test is the bird flying away due to the gunners missing the bird or not having a safe shot to take. In this case, the dog must still display steadiness until the judges instruct the handler to re-heel the dog.
Okay, we want you to kick them off and start hunting out this way and then come back up to this one.
After the dog is back at heel, the judges will have the handler quarter the dog in the opposite direction of the flyaway bird. This is to demonstrate that the dog will continue to hunt the field for other birds and not chase the flyaway bird.
Okay, we can start heading back up.
Here's a few more examples of flyaways. Remember, these still count. There is no requirement to retrieve unshot birds, only to engage, flush, and be steady to wing and shot. Another situation is a flyaway bird that flies in an unsafe direction towards the judges or anyone else. In this situation, it is important to remember to keep the gun pointed in a safe direction and still shoot the gun. You cannot be given credit for the flush if you do not shoot the gun. Here are some examples.
Don't shoot.
What happens if the dog traps the bird on the ground? The dog is not penalized for it, but the bird will not count and another bird will be planted for the dog. Remember, the dog must flush 2 birds to pass the test. In the second example, we see a dog chase the bird before trapping it.
Little bird.
This still will not count as a flush.
Shoot behind us.
Sometimes weather conditions really make natural flushes nearly impossible. In those cases, judges will use release devices to launch the bird once the dog is in scenting range of the bird.
Oh boy, here. Hey, good dog, bud. Good dog. Yeah. Good. Good boy. Oh, okay. Hey, right up. Good.
One last reminder, you must shoot your gun while your dog is in gun range. In this example, the handler waits too long to shoot. The bird is out of range and no credit is given for the bird. So that is the test. If a dog passes 4 tests, they will earn the Upland Hunter title. If they pass 10 tests, they will earn the Upland Hunter Champion title. We hope this gives you a better idea of what to expect and what to train for. Until next time, happy training.
Sir.